Another cask strength Talisker finished, but how does this one match up? Hi there, my name's Lewis and welcome to the Neckpour. This is the Whisky review channel where I give you my thoughts and opinions on a particular bottle of whisky from the Neckpour all the way down to the Dregs. And you join me here for the Dregs of this bottle. Talisker, 11-year-old 2022 special release. Been one that I've had for sort of 7 or 8 months now, lightly peated, exclusively aged in first fill ex bourbon cask, 55.1%. And yeah, absolute beauty, to cut a long story short. Only thing that's missing, as with a lot of the Diageo stuff, there's no info on colour or chill filtration, which is a shame. But I mean, looking at the colour, and I'll post a little close-up of it just here, you'll see it's pretty light. So if there is any in there, it's a very light touch for sure. Because yeah, not too much going on at all on that front. And again, I doubt it's probably chill filtered, just because it's at such strength it doesn't need it. As I said, yeah, 55.1%, proper natural cask strength, and absolutely lovely. So before I go on any further, let's get this open and let's get a dram poured. We'll have a little listen here for the cork. Not too bad at all. So yeah, for those of you that know me, you know I'm quite a fan of a Talisker. We've got plenty of other Talisker reviews on here. If you got there, you'll see the Neckpour of this bottle. And a while before that, and my first ever video, was actually another Talisker Special Release. I really think they are the jewel in Diageo's crown, as it were. I think it's a fantastic spirit style. And yeah, if only all of their releases were naturally presented like the special releases are, I think Talisker would get talked about with as much respect as the Ardbegs of the world, people like that, because I think it's stunning juice when it's treated right. But yeah, let's put this one up to the nose. It's just an absolute blast of freshness. I get huge amounts of salty sea air. It's like taking a walk on the seafront on a kind of cold, crisp winter's day, really blowing the cobwebs out. There's a little hint of sort of a bit of seaweed drying out on the beach. And it's just so fresh and bright. And there's just a little hint of something in the background, a little fruity kind of flavour. I think it's almost like an unripe banana. But yeah, beautiful nose on this. I'm moving on to the palate. Such a big punch of flavour. Straight away, it's all that chili and that white pepper you expect from a Talisker. It's that classic note of that heat right at the front of your mouth. And it then just spreads across the palate. Plenty of salt on it. There's plenty of spice all the way down. But then there's a lovely sweetness following that through. And the bourbon note, that the vanilla and the caramel, it's almost like a wave of caramel, but a salted caramel with that sea air follows this down. Absolutely spot on. And it just layers, that palate is just so well layered. You can feel each individual element hitting you at a separate time. It is such a wonderful flavour. There is a nice hint of peat on the palate, but it's very floral, it's very light. It's almost slightly bonfirey, but like burning a fruit would. Or any of you guys, particularly more so Americans here, they're in sort of smoking things like using those apples or cherries. Cook over, it's that slightly floral but slightly smoky sort of thing going on. And then moving on to the finish, it's just waves and waves of cream, biscuit, vanilla, custard, all those kind of lovely classic bourbony things, just with a little, again, a little pinch of smoke in the background, and just a little bit of pepper on my Neckpour. I thought I was going to have like peppercorn sauce on the finish, but it's not quite as meaty as that. Much lighter, much more floral. It's almost like a kind of peppered, but a pepper, like a pepper on whipped cream more than it is a peppercorn sauce, which I'm not sure if that sounds that appealing, but it really, really, really works. And just again, texturally, at this big strength, it just works so beautifully. It's nice and oily, but it's so light and it's so fresh that it's a dram you can just come back to again and again. I can do glasses and glasses of this stuff, not a problem at all. It's dangerously easy to drink, despite being over 55%. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can tell, but I quite like this one. It is an absolute cracker. I think it's actually a step up from the previous one that I tried, which I think was the year after, 2023. The port cask one, which I'll put the dregs of just up there. Although that was really good, really interesting, the kind of way the port synergized with it was really interesting. I think this bourbon, slightly more pared back, fresher, brighter sort of side, suits that spirit character of the Talisker down to an absolute T. It's an absolute cracker. But if it's not on sale, don't buy this whiskey. I think the RRP for it is £110, something ludicrous like that. I picked it up 50% off on Amazon, £52. And as with any of these special releases, don't ever buy them at full price, because they're all available all the time for massive discount. So just wait, just bide your time. There's always one of them that's going to be 40% off minimum, I would say, on Amazon, because Diageo pumps out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of litres of this stuff. They're not as limited as you think. There should be no FOMO when it comes to them. They're all available forever. But yeah, at £52, this is an absolute banger. At £120, it'd be a good whiskey. It'd be an okay buy. But no one needs it that desperately, let's be real. But yeah, before I just sort of wax lyrical about this any further, absolute cracker. If you see it at a good discount, please pick yourself a bottle up and then tell me where the discount is, because this is one that I think will be going back on the shelf as soon as it's back on offer. I'd just like to say to you all, thank you so much for joining me here today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend a bit of time with me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do hit the like button down below. If you have any thoughts on this bottle, any other Diageo products you want to see me try, or just anything in general you think I should be knowing about that I might not, drop it in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you. And if you've really enjoyed the video, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're informed next time I post. It really does mean the world to me. But other than that, just like to say again, thank you so much for joining me here today. Until the next time, cheers, Blancher, I'll see you again.